It's been a while that I've transformed a pallet. With winter going hard this year, I've been going outside less. But I've got the itch to make a pallet bench, and I know they bring good profit on the marketplace. Let's get back in action and make one. I got this new reciprocating saw from Woodstarter and I want to try it out here, cutting both nails and wood. See how it performs and helps me get going before I go back inside and make this bench. I've long heard of people cutting nails off instead of prying them off the wood like I've been doing. I've never had the saw to do this and now I do, so let's give that a try first. Cutting the nails off is pretty easy, but I find the angle is a little annoying to get to and it'll still leave scratches on the wood. It works great for cutting metal, but that's not the way I like making those, as I tend to want to remove the wood on both sides, where all the nails are and the damages, and this saw will also be perfect for this. I used to do this with a small wired jigsaw. I was always scared to cut the cable and my blades came out of that room. A reciprocating saw is a tool for this and it's doing it great. When I remove pallets from my pry bar, which also works great, I cut the nails off when I got inside instead of removing a ton more nails, so this result is the same, faster. It's going through that wood easily and I don't have a cable to worry about. The saw is great and it's a good alternative to doing pallet work or other rough cuts like this. I don't need to bring my expensive jigsaw outside and that's great. Now let's get that wood inside and get working on a bench. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so this is an exciting project for me. Before I get the nails removed, I take my pliers and cutters and cut them short. It takes a few seconds and makes removing them much easier with the shorter and straight nails. Just bang them out and pull them out. Before I go and ruin my blades, I make sure I removed all the metal and nails with my trusty metal detector. On the planer, I just get them resurfaced, which will help the glue or even make it possible. I used to go right to the table saw for this step, but I have a joiner and I'll give it a much nicer glue up with less planing to do later by squaring one edge to the flyer's face. I don't need perfection here. This is going to be more than enough to help a lot. On the table saw, I measure what I need to get 2 cuts out of the smaller planks, which ended up being 1 inch and 3/8. Cut all those and you shouldn't have a ton of waste. I love how square those are coming out. Using the joiner first really helped. For the 6-inch planks, since they're a little bit more rough on the edge, I started by ripping a nice straight edge, then went from there for the parts. In batches of 6 or so, I got them squared off on the miter saw, just one side. Aligning them on the squared side, I drew a straight line with the speed square, which gets the most use out of all the planks, and then cut them again in batches. If you like this kind of build and want more videos like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps me make more and more videos. Thanks to all subscribers. I removed the pieces that don't have at least one nice side to put on top, then got ready for the glue up. I used Tide Bond 3 here, since my wood is a little wet and it has a slower set time, which is good for this project. Glue it up, keeping the nicest edge on top. Clamp them up without putting too much pressure as to deform the benchtop. To keep true to the theme of this video and reuse materials to make money, I'll use those legs that came from a half-done project, I think years ago. Honestly, I don't remember, but I've had those in my scrap pile for too long. They're not meant for a bench, but I'll make it happen with some cuts and an idea they gave me when I saw them. Taking this piece of 2x3, I'll find the angle of the legs with a math kit and rip the board to that angle, then slide it in the shortened legs. Let's do it. On the table saw with a almost kickback on the second cut, I got it done at 10 degrees. I got the piece in the legs, then measured where I want to cut them. On the miter saw, I'm going to use my stock block, the speed square, and clamps in, I think, an original way to get this done safely. It was easy to take the legs out and repeat on the second set. With all the parts ready, I got them bolted to the new piece with 4 2.5-inch screws. Those legs are a little rough, so with the 1/4-inch round over bit, I got all the edges nice and round, which I've been loving doing lately. With the bench top not dry enough to work on, I got it planed down nice and flat on both sides. Nothing more. Then on the miter saw, I squared it off. To the router, same finish as the legs, small round over. Finally, I got it all sanded. It's getting close to looking like a bench top. Using the same black paint as probably the last time, I got it painted again, redoing a coat on the black parts anyway. For my figure 8 connectors, which I'm using the 4 last ones I have here, I should order more. I used the Forstner bit as usual, so they arrive flush to the bench top. Flip it over on the underside of the bench top, pre-drill carefully and screw it. I got it hand sanded to 320 grit, so it would be nice and smooth before the finish. Before I finalize this project, since I don't plan to burn pallet wood, I got it all cut up for trash. The bits left from the ripping on the table saw and whatnot. It's great to use what we can on a pallet, but some of it is just trash. Using my same water-based poly as I've been using lately, I got it nice and finished, both body and legs. This bench is now ready for the marketplace, with a whole $0 invested in it, all profit. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and see you next time.